Live. We're live.
Ayo.
We're live. We're live. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Couch Pundits Sports. I think there's a back end sound. I don't know. Check.
Me? No. There's
Yeah.
nothing from
I
my
don't know. Nothing from your end.
Is that...
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Couch Pundits Sports. Today we are reviewing the Suzuka the Japanese Grand Prix held at Suzuka. I'm joined always with Dhaval Shethia. Dhaval, any first thoughts on the stream?
जीत गया वो Verstappen.
वो तो obviously वो तो पता था bro.
Like मतलब गलत हुआ. Hamilton को देना चाहिए था. He was robbed of the championship this year.
I feel so.
वो
I feel Hamilton was
last lap
robbed.
जो last lap पे जो उससे छीन लिया ना लेक्लेयर से, वही हुआ था हैमिल्टन के साथ लास्ट ईयर. ये कॉन्स्पिरेसी है एक बहुत बड़ी. तू मेरे को ये बता,
sorry, there's a stream leak. किसी से stream leak हो रहा है.
तेरे खुद से उधर होगा. तेरा सफारी दे.
एक second.
That's only you can hear it. Don't worry about it.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's
But
disgusting.
Anyway.
I cannot accept this behavior. Okay, this is completely unacceptable. Lola would do a better job, I feel, than both of us.
Oh, okay. Lola is for those watching and those guys that don't know. आज भी गलती से schedule करा है हर साहिब सिंह. अरे हर साहिब यार, that was a wrong thing.
That was a glitch in the matrix.
We don't know.
It's a complete glitch in the matrix. That like.
Thank you for joining. Yeah, let's get back to the Japanese Grand Prix. Suzuka was fun. I feel it was quite an entertaining race. It started off a bit boring, obviously, but ठीक था bro end में. बारिश.
Was it though?
भाई.
Was it though? एक तो तेरे को लगता है ये लोग को रेसिंग करने को आता है बारिश में? Or should we just scrap Formula 1 when it starts raining? Is it like cricket? Like गाड़ी तो चल नहीं सकता है ना गाड़ी बारिश में. It's not allowed only.
Oh, what are those wet tires?
How can you drive cars? How can you drive cars in the rain?
बॉम्बे में देखना bro.
तो slow. तो ठीक है ना, तुम you are still faster than a GT car, no?
Yeah.
Huh? You're driving how much? 4 seconds a lap you're losing over the inters?
Over the inters, yeah, over the inters.
So over the course of a 52 lap race, you will lose 200 seconds.
Approx, yeah, 210.
Which is about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, between 3 and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So तेरा जो race 1 घंटा 12-13 मिनट में खत्म होता है, वो 1 घंटा 20 मिनट में खत्म होगा. चलना.
पर लेकिन तू रेस तो करेगा.
तू रेस तो करे. क्या ये
गेम चोदी है बेटा. I think all the drivers have the same concern that it's just like really slow. Like the wet tires are extremely slow. For the people that are just joining us, welcome to Couch Pundits Sports. We are joined. I am joined with Dhaval as always. Today we're discussing the Japanese Grand Prix and the last lap drama that always seems to find Verstappen's world title. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Or if you guys have anything to join or like add to the conversations, please feel free. And super chats are more than welcome. Anyway, moving on to the wets. I think the wets, were really slow, for the F1 drivers.
Look, I understand if you are saying it's not safe, aquaplaning is an issue, all of that, yes. But that happens more on the slicks and the inters. On the wets, it's really not as much of an issue. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The only thing is you could see when Vettel pitted early from the wets to the inters, he was setting fastest lap after fastest lap. Like that guy was going ham. I think there's a clear difference between the inters and the wets this year, and Pirelli really needs to do something with the 18-inch wets. I think talking about the tires, since we are on the tires, this year Pirelli are testing out with 18-inch tires. They're getting 18-inch up, compared to the last year's 13-inch. So I think they are also testing out the wets. I mean, that's not a explanation that I'm giving to defend Pirelli anyway, but I just feel that had Pirelli kind of invested more into the wets, they would have developed a better tire. I think next year Pirelli really need to do something to up the speed of the wets too. They're really slow. And I think that kind of causes a lot of traffic for the F1 drivers. I mean, your back markers anyway are slow and they're going even slow. It's gonna ruin the race. I think it's gonna ruin the race, and it's wets that should change, like the tires, like the blue configuration tires, the wet configuration tires should change. And
should the tires change or should the mentality change?
guys watching in the chat, guys watching anything in the chat regarding the mentality of the drivers or
क्या मतलब ये लोग को खाली फोकट में पैसा कमाने का?
Of course.
ये कुछ करने का है नहीं. काम वाम तो
But
करना है नहीं.
talking of the wets, I think this is not the first time we've seen this. We saw it even earlier in the season where they just refused to race on the wets. And I can't remember what
we saw it at Spa last year.
Yeah, we saw it at Spa.
Couple
Spa
day
was
vibes.
as a race.
Yeah, man. It's like मैं है ही वैसा यार. ये क्या होता है प्रेशर? होती ही क्या चीज है? प्रेशर, मेरे को प्रेशर आता है तो मैं जाके संडास निकालता. That's what pressure means to me. I don't know what pressure means to you. But otherwise, I've never even heard of there being a thing.
I don't think it's the pressure of.
There can be no other pressure than the pressure of pooping. There is no greater pressure than the pressure of pooping, in my honest opinion.
Like Lando
having said that,
Lando said this, and I think a lot of drivers also backed him up, that they've raced in worse conditions in F2 and F3. But the spray that comes off the F1 car is a lot more. So the visibility in those conditions are a lot less. So if it's anyways difficult for someone to drive because of the slow wets. Adding visibility problems, going slower than normal, it's just going to create an unsafe race. So if I think you want to have a wet race, improve your wet tires, or dude, NASCAR has a better drainage system, man. Like NASCAR has a better drainage system. Like you're one of the most.
एक तो देख, ये लोग है ना रेस कर सकते थे वेट्स में. They showed that by doing the last half an hour of racing. Okay, yeah. Whatever, 40 minutes. Okay, they can. It's not like they can't. They just don't want to. Which is why, even though before the first red flag, everyone should have been on the extreme wets. But people were like, I am not willing to compromise my performance, so I will go on inters. Inters were not the right tire for that situation. If they had started off on wets, we might have had a full race. Like, yes, of course, the odd crash out here and there because of the conditions, that's bound to happen. But I feel like we would have had a full race. And,
I'm not denying that.
And Carlos Sainz would not have crashed out if he was on
wets. He crashed out irrespective. It was his loss. He lost the back end of the car.
Because he was on bloody inters. There was nothing. Kuch nahi ho raha tha udhar.
See, that's the thing. No, if you're
having said that, okay, while we are on this topic about crashing out and red flags, and I think we need to address the big issue, and that is what Pierre Gasly.
I was getting to that.
And the tractor on
but
track.
before we address the tractor on track, I just feel that talking about the conditions, because it was so bad, FI have got two options. A, improve your wet tires, give them a lot more speed, give them a lot more grip, make it such that the tires are. I think even Crofty got onto the commentary and said that the only way to dry the track is to have 20 cars out on track. Like, have those 20 cars out on track, the track will start to dry up because the tires will start to make the car will start to get grip, the track will start to get hot, and you're going to start increasing time. So I feel if that's a possibility, they should do something with the wet. And Crofty agreed that they should have started the race on the wets. And I'm with you on this.
Yeah, they should have started the race on the wets. What is that nonsense?
It was just that the tire was not appropriate for them. And okay, fine. Talking about now, since we have spoken about it, the tractor on track. Penalty, no penalty.
The penalty was given for political reasons.
101%.
The penalty had to be given, otherwise they would have had to answer a lot of questions.
Sahib says Gasly's car before the red flag looking like the ice removing truck was epic. Yeah, I agree. He's talking about the board that got stuck on the Gasly's nose. because of Sainz's crash, which is another problem. I mean, you've got a car, you know the intensity at which your F1 cars are going to crash in the corners. You know the intensity of the damage it's going to cause to the barriers, and still you've got it. You still like one car entered and the entire barrier came off and went on to Gasly mode. How dangerous is that?
Hi, Gasly now. I feel like his friend was looking over him.
Yeah, Antoine.
Because it was at the same track that Jules Bianchi also crashed on, right?
In the
with
same
that tractor. With the tractor. So,
and we've seen such incidences happen even at Portimao. Like Portimao, it was raining back in the I don't remember when it was, but the same race in Portimao, we've seen that happen. Ronald Ratzenberger lost his car and he went into a barrier head on and he lost his life. It's going to happen if you continue to do such stupidity on track, bro. Like,
I think it was inexcusable.
Okay, let's give it to the FIA for 2 seconds. Okay, let's sit into the shoes of the FIA. Come, I'll give the benefit of the doubt to the FIA. Let's give the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that.
Let's not.
Hear me out. I think let's give the benefit of the doubt for just 2 minutes. Let's say the red flag came out. Gasly was continuing to speed. He slowed down 2 seconds after the red flag. Sure, done. But aren't you that's that enough cognizant of the fact that you know the speeds at which these guys are driving? You know that, and you know that when you get the red flag information on the air, it's going to be a second minimum delay, like a minimum of a second delay. And the explanation was he was still going. He slowed down 1 second after the red flag. Dude, give the tractor at least 30 seconds to come on track. Chal 10 seconds तो दे. 10 seconds में तो driver को पता चल जाएगा ना red flag है. Like, give it 10 seconds before you come on track. You can't put it immediately, man. Like, and not even immediately. Had he even put it immediately, he would have taken time for the tractor to come out, which goes to show that the tractor was ready before the red flag came out.
Sainz had not even crossed over to this side. Like,
and the
I
tractor
saw some
was there.
I saw some fan video
yeah.
where the crash happened.
Yeah.
Sainz comes out of the car and eventually he comes out to the stands which are on the opposite side of his car. The car is on the opposite side of the road and the barriers and then the stands. And there is this grass patch to the left of the person who's taking the video. So by the time Sainz reached from there to here and in that grass patch, the tractor was already on. All the cars had gone past by this point. It was not just Gasly. It was all of these cars. And when they're driving slow, they're still driving at 100, 120.
Bro, it still takes a second or two to come down to that 100. No.
I'm just saying, aquaplaning हुआ तो तू क्या करेगा? 120 के speed पे aquaplaning हुआ तो मर जाएगा वो आदमी.
Even if the crash happens around 100 kilometers, it's going to be disastrous. Exactly, Arsahib. That's exactly what we're saying.
So let's not mince our word. I mean, we are not mincing our words.
I'm not mincing words. I was giving
it's not just FIA, those marshals. The marshals really fucked up. There was a fucking marshal on track.
The guy was on track. And okay, yes, Japan has got great technology. People also say that it might have been a miscommunication of language. Do you not realize that this is not the first time they've gone to Japan?
No, miscommunication of language is a whole bullshit.
It's a load of bullshit because FIA is not that dumb. You're doing 22 races around the world. You're doing 22 races in 20 different countries. You're going to have someone out there. You're going to have someone out there that's going to translate for you. Please don't give me bullshit that it was lost in translation. What are you going to say? He lost in translation. He lost his life in what? You can't give an explanation for that.
That's bullshit, dude. That's not acceptable.
Okay, but anyway, that was what we had to say about Gasly's incident and FIA's fuck up. But let's start from...
like 4 or 5 drivers while the red flag was on and they were in the...
Were tweeting.
क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग? मर जाएंगे.
Checo, Gasly, Lando, Sainz, All of them were backing Gasly out. But anyway, talking about okay, we're done
And
with
Jules
the FI
Bianchi's
fuck-up.
father also.
Jules Bianchi's father was the first one to put it on Instagram. He was the first person to put it on Instagram.
Like, what the fuck are you all doing? Like, imagine he has to.
And he was given 5-place grid penalty, 5 seconds. Look at the penalty. 5-place grid penalty, 20-second penalty plus 2 penalty points.
On his license.
सब कुछ दे दिया बंदे को. सब कुछ. This is the most reprimand they're going to get for the cost cap. Talking of cost cap.
Cost cap, baby. For 2021 World Driver
Minor breach
Champion.
and procedural breach.
I saw this really cool graph.
Yeah.
Which said, basically, it is Red Bull's contention that the cost cap was breached because of catering issues. The extra money was spent towards catering. And the graph basically showed Red Bull's version versus facts. So according to Red Bull's version, there are all these different things they spent money on, like catering, traveling, driver salary, R&D.
The cost cap was basically for car development.
If you keep stacking one on top of the other, eventually you will go above the cost cap. Now, if you stack catering right on top, then yes, you are saying catering budget is gone over. But if you stack correctly or in another way, then you can say R&D budget has also gone.
So that's what the lawyer, the legal team at Red Bull is doing, right? The legal team at Red Bull is saying the money that we used. Acha, just for the fun fact for the people that are watching, Mr. Dhaval. Aren't you one?
Kya?
Lawyer?
Am I what? Of course I am. That's how I can say it.
Anyway, but talking about the lawyer team, one second, Hassaib has something in the chat. FI's BS puts a lot of disgrace to the country of what could have been an amazing race, which it was. It really leaves bad taste for the drivers at the end. I agree. I mean, Japan has got such an amazing atmosphere. Like, the fans in Japan are insanely passionate. And it's amazing to see the passion of Japan, dude. Like, they always outdo themselves. Like, they have probably the best fans on the grid. They're probably the most creative fans on the grid. Those people are coming with hats with the pitboard signs. They had like the car ka tee. I don't know what all they were wearing, bro. They were people who dressed up as Vettel. They wore Kimi's old Lotus ka outfit, racing suit. They're amazing fans. I think Japan has the great fans, but I agree with Harsai out here that FI is and FI in the sense to cover it also. What did they do? They put maximum penalty. Matlab, kuch bhi. But I think let's move on. Let's move on from there and talk about the weekend. Starting off with the weekend, Mercedes were looking pretty promising, this weekend. I mean, they topped practice. They topped FP3 with a 1-2. And in the end, we had Verstappen take pole from Leclerc. And Hamilton and Russell.
Like, this weekend was all about making sure that Honda got their wet dream realized.
And talking of Honda, क्या है ये relationship Honda और Red Bull का? It's like a toxic ex relationship. You know?
How do you mean?
They're going. You know how many times you have this thing. I want to break up with you. Okay, break up, and then you keep getting back with your ex. You break up, then you keep getting back with your ex.
That sounds very unhealthy, Arsh. I don't know what kind of personal relationships you have in your life, but we're not talking about that.
Okay, but let's move on to qualifying. I think qualifying, we start off with qualifying. Verstappen leads Leclerc and Sainz over the line. Perez P4. Ocon. Alpine looks so good this weekend, bro.
Guess who's driving for them next year?
Guess who's driving for them next year? Gasly and Ocon.
Pierre Gasly.
But I think Pierre Gasly made a great move, man, by going to Alpine. I think it was a great. I think he had some great balls to finally be like, Helmut Marko, I can't do your shit anymore. I'm done.
Marco के
Marco.
exactly Lola.
Yeah, even Lola
Lola
agrees.
gets it.
Guys, for those watching, Lola is Noah's dog. Finally,
Everyone knows
Latifi is
there
not
is-
the 22nd in a 20% tournament. Yeah, we had Latifi with the win. We'll get to that. But Dhaval has decided to casually get up.
I'm right here. My
Okay.
dog wants to leave the room. So
Okay, sure. But talking about qualifying, Alpine looked pretty strong. The thing is, I was actually disappointed in Mercedes' pace. I was excited for with a 3-team fight for the win.
Hmm.
I was excited for what do you think? I was excited for a 3-team fight for the win.
It's never a 3-team fight. It's always a fight for who wants to come second, at least this season. Because चलो 30 सेकंड आगे था यार.
Bro,
ये conditions में
28
Verstappen
seconds.
won with 28 seconds. In these
And he didn't
conditions, I mean,
I don't even know what to say.
look, he deserves to be champion this year. There is not
That's for
even an iota of doubt about it.
Correct.
He has driven out of his skin, maximum ability. ये वो एम तेम even Latifi को overshadow कर दिया उसने ये सब.
Correct.
Like he has driven that well.
Max Verstappen has overshadowed Latifi.
Yeah, so you can just imagine how well he has actually driven. Having said that, when you say is it a 3-team fight, it's never a 3-team fight. It's about how badly will Ferrari fuck up this time, or how badly will one of Ferrari's drivers fuck up this time.
Do you think Ferrari had told Alfa Romeo to steal the point away from Red Bull in the fastest lap? I mean, why the fuck did Zhou take the fastest lap?
Of course, it's possible. It's highly possible.
Because they're like, look, we are not going to fuck up with Sainz or Leclerc. So, I mean, they couldn't fuck up with Sainz. Sainz crashed out.
And nobody else is willing to cooperate with them.
And, I mean, Haas will be
It's
like,
not
sorry,
like
we need
Haas
points.
will be like, tu bhag idhar se. And they can't even trust the Haas drivers.
To finish, forget fastest lap. So I think, I had a feeling that they might have.
That's very astute.
Alfa Romeo.
Very astute, Arsh. That's an observation.
For what?
Yeah. I didn't think of it. It's pretty cool.
I mean, but why would Zhou take the fastest lap, right? Otherwise, like at the end, and he was not even in the points.
He's friggin' fast. He's friggin' fast,
but he was not
man.
even. He pit for the fastest lap. He pit for Dhaval. That's what I'm trying to say. He pit for the fastest lap, which
maybe his tires
I'm like, why are you doing this?
His tires had suffered a lot of degradation, and that's why.
I agree, but you are finishing.
How can you make such baseless accusations?
You are finishing 16th with a 30-second lead over Mick Schumacher anyway.
Yeah, but you would have crashed out if your tires had turned into slicks by then.
Oh, we're talking about Silverstone 2020.
I'm just saying. When
Hamilton
तीन टायर पे लेके गया ना वो गाड़ी.
Yeah,
no. But okay. Look, we know what happened. Like everyone here knows. Like we're not here to report the incidents in the race. Let's talk about some of the bullshit that went on in this race. Okay?
I think before we move on to the bullshit, let's talk about one amazing thing that happened in the race, and Hasab has already mentioned it in the chat, is that Vettel and Latifi pit early for inters, and that was a brilliant call in the end.
It turned out to be brilliant. They both got points.
Because you had Vettel finish P6 and Latifi finish for the first time P9.
Yeah. And Vettel started on the restart, he was quite far behind.
On the restart, so after he qualified P9 and then he lost, he was P17.
He spun out in the first lap.
Yeah, he spun. It was P17 or something.
Yeah, so which is why he had nothing to lose. And I think 3 or 4 laps after they got onto the inters, everybody else got onto the inters.
Yeah, got onto the Inter, and he was setting fast because they was a big gamble, and it paid off brilliantly for the two of them because they were going constantly and they were setting fastest lap after fastest lap. And I think one of the
Do you
greatest
think?
things we got to see
Yes, finish that thought.
was Alonso pitting later on and then making up about 18 seconds, 20 seconds towards the end and finishing 0.001 seconds behind Vettel.
तेरे को क्या लगता है अलोंसो ने थोड़ा एक्सेलरेटर से पैर हटाया कि नहीं हटाया?
I think so.
Just this much. जा
Like
तू आगे जा.
Mick Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello going into
Michael Schumacher.
Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello moving over the line together.
They were fighting, bro. Those guys were fighting.
Mad what Schumacher decided to let him like cross the line together.
Why?
Because of the favor that he had done for him. Like Barrichello slowed down earlier in the race. I think it was Shethia or something.
But eventually Barrichello won, no?
No, he Jean Todt got onto the radio and said, "Let Michael pass to the championship."
But in that race, Schumacher slowed down and let Barrichello over the line before him, right?
That was no. That was a different race. That was the next or the few races after that where they decided to get to the line together. Anyway, we're going off topic here. But I think I saw this meme as well that Vettel might have guys, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, about the history of this race. It's a bit hazy because it's like 20 years ago. But I think Vettel, Alonso might have just slowed down a bit to see like, चल रे, मैं Aston Martin anyways जा रहा हूँ. उनको points मिलेंगे, they'll go higher in the championship. They'll have more money next year given to them in prize money to invest into the future of the car. And again, Alonso is chasing his third championship. दादा 50 साल पे भी यही करेंगे. I want third championship.
नहीं 50 साल तक वो 6 जीत जाएगा.
6
आएगा ना अभी AMR रेसिंग में.
We need to know what Dhaval is on because I would like some. But no, I love your oxygen. Anyway, getting to the fuck ups of the race. You want to start off from Mick Schumacher fucking up his complete chassis?
No, my fuck up for the race was them, the broadcasters, not showing us the Vettel Alonso battle.
They didn't show the Vettel Alonso battle. They didn't show Max Verstappen winning the championship. They didn't show Hamilton. They didn't show Hamilton.
Jensen Button को निकालो बे. क्या कर रहा है उसका कंपनी?
Bro, they didn't even show Hamilton's battle with Ocon and Vettel.
Button and Weber का कंपनी है ना वो?
कौन सा?
Broadcasting company.
Sky Sports?
Not Sky Sports यार. Channel 4 में जो कुछ तो है यार वो मीडिया में वो लोग involved है. One of the companies that does the coverage is owned by Button and Vettel.
That's great.
Weber. Mark Webber and Jensen Button. Yeah, this Mark Webber is super smart, huh? सब जगह है. He's got his fingers in every pie. उसका खुद का ड्राइवर भी है, उसका ब्रॉडकास्टिंग भी है. कल उठ के उसको पता चलेगा कि एक्चुअली मोहम्मद बिन सुलाइम उसका ही आदमी है.
क्या पता है? मोहम्मद बिन सुलाइम might be his father-in-law also. पता चलेगा.
Might be Weber only. वो मेकअप करके आता है.
He might be Weber only. सही है.
Because who is Mohammed bin Sulaim? Nobody knows. He has zero F1 experience, or does he have massive F1 experience?
He has massive racing experience. He was the president of the Asian Motorsport Council. He was vice president of the FIA. He was huge. He's gotten some great experience.
Yes.
And he was an ex-racing driver himself. Let's get to Mohammed. He was an ex-racing driver himself. Let's get
but in what racing?
Rally racing, I think. Rally racing.
That's what. No Formula 1, no.
No, not Formula 1. But let's get to McLaren. McLaren with Norris.
I have
P10, Ricardo P11.
Okay, look. Okay, the drivers' championship is decided. There's nothing really left in this season anymore. Okay.
Ferrari can
I want
defend.
you.
Guys,
Shush.
Ferrari can defend the constructors.
Shush.
Defend kya? Chase the
Arsh.
constructors.
Arsh.
Bol.
Arsh. Daniel Ricciardo has. Don't cry, man. Don't cry. These days, just even if I say Daniel Ricciardo, you start crying. Are you okay?
I don't know, man.
He may not be there on the grid next year, and how
He
does
is
that
not,
make you
bro.
feel?
Like I've been following him since his Toro Rosso days. Honestly, I saw him as an F1 driver back then. I started loving him. Then when he joined Vettel in Red Bull, he was pretty P3 in his second year, man, in the drivers' championship. And his biggest mistake was leaving Red Bull. His biggest mistake. Okay, if Danny Rick was today in the Alpine and he hadn't left Renault in 2020, do you think he would have had at least, like, he's got what, one podium and a win with McLaren, right? Sorry, one win with McLaren, that's it. He's not got a podium. No. 101% he's got one. He's not got anything else. नहीं तो मैं नाच रहा होता.
Okay.
He's just got one podium with McLaren. I think had he been with the Alpine this year, he would have got at least 2 or 3 podiums. I feel. I mean, the Alpine last year got a win and a podium with Ocon winning the race in Zandvoort and Bahrain में था कि कहाँ था that we had Alonso on the podium. It was a hot race only. I remember that. I don't know where. Not very interesting. Anyway, but what do you think? Had he been in the Alpine, would you think he had 2-3 more podiums this year?
He would have been winning races if he was in Alpine this year, because they would have developed the car for him since the last 4 years, 3 years. He would have been winning races.
I think so too. But
is what every
Weber
Daniel Ricciardo stand will say. But the truth of the matter is, he would have been a middle level driver, because that's who he really is, Arsh. He is a mid-table, midfield, mediocre.
Just going to step aside from that and read
Valtteri Bottas has more Grand Prix wins than Daniel Ricciardo.
Daniel Ricciardo has 8 Grand Prix wins and 32 podiums, so I'm assuming so, yes.
How many does Valtteri Bottas have?
He'd have 10 plus for sure. He'd have 10 plus for sure. But anyway, Harsahib says in the chat, Weber was just taking revenge for Multi 21.
Weber?
Weber. Who's Weber?
I heard Weber and I was like, kaun hai Weber?
In hindsight, we might call him leaving Red Bull.
10 race wins and 67 podiums.
Yeah, I agree, Harsahib. I told you he has 10 race wins. I knew it. I think, Harsahib, you're right. In hindsight, we might call leaving Red Bull a blunder, but I'm agreeing with Danny Rick at the time. Danny Rick is an alpha driver. He is I don't say alpha Tauri. I mean, he's an alpha driver. He's an alpha male. He'd want to be the number one. And with Max Verstappen in the wings and being touted to be, at the time, the dream boy for Red Bull right after Sebastian Vettel, it was very clear that he wanted to go. Christian Horner obviously wanted him to be there because he knew that they could have something like a Bottas and Hamilton going on. And I think that's exactly why Checo is still there, because he's being the best wingman. And I think before we head to Mexico, they should let him win in Mexico. But yeah, to sum it up, guys, any final thoughts?
I'm sorry. I just want to point this out right now, that the only drivers with GP wins on the grid right now are Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Alonso, and Vettel.
Danny Rick has got wins. What the fuck are you saying?
Fuck Danny Rick, fucker. So that's okay. 5 and 8. 8 out of 20. So
9 out of 20. Danny Rick has 8 wins.
I counted Danny Rick.
No.
Oh, I didn't count Bottas. I forgot Bottas. 9 out of 20. So more than half the drivers have never won a race in their life, like a F1 race.
Yeah.
That's messed up. That's really messed up.
We've got Russell. So we're not even. Let's start with we've got Latifi.
Let's do
Albon.
team wise. Okay. Red Bull, both of them have won. Ferrari, both of them have won. So that's 4. McLaren, only one has won, so that's 5. Mercedes, only Hamilton, so 6. Oh, Ocon has a win, no?
Ocon has a win.
So Alpine, so 7 and 8.
2. Yeah.
Alpine have 7 and 8. AMR.
Gasly has a win. Gasly has a win.
How does win?
Monza 2020.
Oh yeah. Okay. So wait. We're at 8 right now. We've not reached Alpine.
12 have won.
Stroll has. Yeah. Okay. 12. Okay. Still 8 out of 20.
Yeah. Gasly has a win. Yeah, we got quite a few wins on the calendar, on the grid. Anyway, moving on towards the last.
If you put the wins of Gasly, Ocon, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo,
if you put all 11, they still don't add up to
Perez.
Hamilton. Even if you put all 11 together, they don't add up to Hamilton, because the most wins right now amongst them would probably be with either Verstappen or 32 wins.
Alonso.
No.
Alonso
32
has 32.
podiums as well.
Verstappen has 32.
32. Both are 32.
Both are 32. Yeah.
Yeah. And Vettel would have also more.
Vettel will have way more. More than 32.
Vettel will have how many wins? Let's see.
40 तो होगा ना? 35, 40?
45, 40 तो आराम से होगा. Bro, he dominated like 3 seasons in a row.
4 साल तक वो था ना
यार,
champion.
53 wins. He's got 53 wins.
53.
53 wins. Chalo, towards the end, what are your
Verstappen जीत गया. पेरेज ने लेक्लेयर को पीछे से मारा और जितवा दिया अपने भाई मैक्स वर्स्टापन भाव को.
Again, great wingman.
एंड अभी रेसिंग करेंगे आगे क्या होता है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, किसी को कुछ फर्क.
देख भाई 4 रेस बाकी है.
कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ता.
मेक्सिको, ब्राजील, अबू धाबी, और ब्राजील में स्प्रिंट रेस है.
कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
We're in for a double header starting next week.
ये वीक भी रेस है ना?
कहाँ ब्रो, ये हफ्ते रेस है 21st पर.
नहीं है
21st पर next week. So we're going to 23rd is the race, 21st is the weekend starting. So we're going to United States in Texas on the 23rd. We're hitting Mexico on the 30th, and then we've got another 2-week break before we hit Brazil, which is going to be a double header again with Abu Dhabi ending on 20th. Any predictions before we go for Texas? Any bold predictions you want to make? I mean, Verstappen won the title.
I saw this really cool podcast. I'm not sure which one it was, but somebody suggested on that pod that Verstappen is so far ahead that Red Bull, just to fuck with everyone,
can put Yuki Tsunoda
in the Red Bull and Verstappen in the.
I know what you're talking about. But
my friend, constructors.
On the secure constructors. They can secure constructors as early as Texas.
Okay, we'll see. There's no point in making predictions right now. We'll come back after.
Harsahib, before we go, I love the question Harsahib has in the chat. Perez as a wingman versus Bottas. Thoughts, and I'll give you mine.
Bottas.
I think so too. I think Bottas has the more of a, and he's also a very icy character.
Okay. Bottas versus what's his face? The dog.
Lola?
No, not my dog. Hamilton's dog.
Roscoe.
Bottas versus Roscoe. Who is more loyal to Hamilton?
Bottas. On that note, thank you so much for walking. That is Couch Pundits Sports. We will be back. Before we go, Dhaval, do you want to make an announcement?
No.
Okay. Just episode 2 of Talking Motorsports will be out soon. We'll reveal the guests soon. It's a surprise. But look out on our community feed, look out on our Instagram. Don't forget to follow us. All the links are in the description. Episode 2 of Talking Motorsports. For someone who doesn't know, Talking Motorsports is an interview series that we're doing with motorsport, with people involved in the Indian motorsport and motorsport in general around the world. We've got a very, very exciting guest coming up. They are probably, who knows, she, they are probably the biggest we've had. And we're extremely, extremely, extremely excited. Goodbye, Harshad Singh. Please tell your friends to follow us. That's description. Everything is in the description, so just check it out. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you after Texas. Have a great day. And it